Hello everyone and good evening. Welcome and thank you for joining me for today's Tech Talk Saturday. This is Monica Joshi, IT Head, Satpal Middle School, and I am very happy to see you all back over here after a long time, I guess. In the last Tech Talk, we had learnt about Microsoft Forms, and today we'll be learning how to create Google Forms. Both are similar but yes, I want that my teachers should know how to create these both. So last time I told you for what forms are used for creating surveys, quizzes, polls, collecting feedback from teachers and the parents, plan your activities, organize school events, and also for creating your reflective and assignments and worksheets. That's very important. So without wasting much of your time, let's move on how we can create the Google Forms, right? So come along. So for creating the Google form, all you need is to have your Gmail ID. If you are not having, then create one, and once you're in, you can see these 9 dots, Google Apps, and from here you just go to your Google Drive and click on New, More, and then click on Google Forms. So here you'll find an untitled form. I'll be right here telling you how to create it, and this is the title of the form which you have to create, and you can write any title here, suppose like quiz. And this is the title of the form, which will automatically take the name of the form, and if you want, you can change the name here as well. Let's talk about how we can enter the questions in the form. You can have various questions, like you can have multiple choice questions, and then you can have different types of questions, the short answer, paragraph, checkbox, drop down. You can have a file upload because you want the user to upload your file. You can have this. The linear scale. The linear scale means you want to have a rating from 1 to 5, and then you can increase as well. Like you want some question, you want to have a rating to scale some parameter from 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 rating. That is linear scale. Then you have a multiple choice grid. You can give the questions, and on the other side you have multiple choice questions. Then you have the date and time. So various types of questions are there, and one by one I'll be telling you all for that. Here is a description. You can write about the description of the form that this form is about. You can write here science quiz. All right. And so let's have first question. Say who is the father of computer? Say I'm creating a computer quiz. So you can have multiple choice question for this. Okay, and then here you can have the options. What all options you can have? Suppose the first, the second, and then I'm mentioning here the third. So as you must have seen the quizzes which I am creating and posting in the group for the daily quiz, I'm creating either in the Google Forms or in Microsoft Forms. So I'm creating with the help of that. And if you want an image to be inserted for any question, you can just simply click here on add image here and choose an image and then upload it. Suppose whichever image, you can have an image from a snapshot, you can have it from a URL, and you can have it from your album, you can have it from your drive, from wherever, and you can even search. Like here, I'm already having a form made with images inserted in. The question is authors interested in, so I've taken 3 options. Roald Dahl, Ruskin Bond, and Charles Dickens. And so the users or your children can recognize who all are these authors. So I have inserted their images. So images actually help. One is to beautify your form, and other in some questions you want that your students, your users should get acquainted with the thing with. So you can insert these images as well. Okay, so let's move on to the other questions. Next is you want that this question is compulsory. So you can click on this required button. So the user has to answer this, and when you will upload the form, this red asterisk means until and unless you are not filling this question, you are not allowed to submit or move ahead on the next step. Next, we'll add another question. Just simply click on add, or if you want to duplicate this question, you can click on this duplicate, and if you don't want, you can delete this question as well. Click on add and add a new question. Suppose like your favorite food. So here you want the user to give multiple options to be selected. So you can give a checkbox, like I have used a checkbox here, category of books interested in, fiction, comics, science, non-fiction. So this was how we can add the checkbox. Now if you have to add a question, short answer or a long answer, so you can have a choice of short answer or a paragraph. Like here I have entered student name. So student name is a type of a short answer. I have clicked here on required. Then class and section also short answer. Now the email ID and phone number as well. In email ID I have put a validation. For that you can click here on these three dots and click on response validation. After clicking here, it is going to ask me what I want to enter in the email ID. It should be the text and it should be an email address, right? So when the user is going to enter, until and unless you are entering abc@aol.com or gmail.com, it will be telling you, it will be giving you a validation that the email ID is not entered properly. So in this way we can enter a validation text. So checkbox, I have told you how to insert the images. I have told you how to add the multiple choice questions. I have told you linear choice as well. In some questions we have to have date and time. So you can have here for DOB, and you can enter here the calendar. So the user can select the question from the calendar, the date from the calendar in this way. Now let's get back to how we will beautify the look of the form. So you can click here on the color palette and you can choose any color, and if you want to add an image, you can simply click here on the image here and select any image of your choice. There are lots of templates, lots of inbuilt images available with the Google form. You can select it. I think there's some internet issue. My internet has gone down. So there are always technical glitches. Okay, the screen has opened up. So from here you can select any background layout. I usually like these type of styles. You can choose any, and we'll just click on select, and it will be applied, and the whole layout of the form will be changed as per the background layout you will choose. So like you can see, in this form I have used this background, in this form I have used this background. So as colors attract children, so you all are teachers and you have to give these forms to, these assignments in the form of a form to your children. So you must use backgrounds, I guess. And if you want to see how your form look like when you share it, you can click on this I button, that is called the preview button. I'll show you the form which is ready, and here, So this is made by one of my child. This is a registration related to the reading club, and here the form looks like this, and when you once fill and you click on submit, the form is submitted. Okay, so now is if you have to create a form in the form of a section, you want that each question come on different page, that is also possible. So we have here a add section thing, we can click here. So each question can come on separate section. So like first question is coming on first page and the user has to click on next to go on for the next question. So here, like suppose you wanted add section, you can click here. This is the third section. So and each section can have a different title. You can even insert a video for a question. You can simply click here add video, go and search a YouTube video, and you can insert a video here. And if you know a URL, you can have a URL video also here. Suppose like healthy diet. So you want a question related to healthy diet. You can simply, I am very bad at spellings actually, because I believe in autocorrect in the computers, but that's not correct also. So I'll just simply click here and I'll select. So this is a question related to healthy diet. So in this way a video is inserted and you can elaborate the question in that form. So you are able to insert a video. I have told you how to insert the image. I have told you how to add the title and description as well. You want to move this title and description, you can move it like this. So this way we can. If you don't want, you can delete it. Okay, let's come back. If you have to add your marking scheme, so what we will do is we'll just click here on this form. This is the question, and I'll simply click on the settings. Going on settings, I can collect the response using email IDs, but though I don't want that, you can select it if you want it using email IDs. If you want, you can select here if you want the user to sign in and you want that the user should give only one response, you can select it. And if you want the user can edit after submitting, you can select it, and user see the summary of the chart, you can select it. So it's up to your choice how you want to do it. And then it's the presentation. You want to show the progress bar. If you are having a number of questions, you can click here to show the progress bar. Shuffle the question order as if you're having an online test. So like we are having an online test for the computer students. So what are we doing? We are giving different questions and we are shuffling it so that if the and to surprise also, we're having different sets. The student sitting on computer A is having a different paper and computer B is having a different paper. And on the top of that, we shuffle the questions as well so that the kids should not use that, okay, first question is A and B, the cheating part is actually count. And then you want to show the link to submit another response, you can always do that. And after that, when you submit the form, you can leave a message for the user. So you can click here on thank you for your response and save. Now come back to quizzes, how to do it. So we can make the marking scheme in an add-ons called Flubaru, but that will be little complex for you to understand. So Google Forms is having a feature inbuilt with which you can assign the marking scheme in through the settings only. So you can click on quizzes and click on this toggle button called make quiz, and it's your choice. Immediately after each submission, the user should know the score. If you want, your children should know the score there and then only when they have answered the quiz. You can click on immediately after each submission, and if you want that they should know later on after you manually review their answers, then you can click here. And then the respondent can see the missed questions. Suppose you are having 10 questions, so you can click here that they should see what question they have missed. Like they have missed 8th question or 9th question. So the form will not let them submit until and unless they are answering all the questions. Now, how to set the answer key? Like here in this my question, the short answer key is to replace the text is Control C. Firstly, I'll be entering here answer key. Okay, answer key, whichever is the answer, I'll simply go and tick here. So this way, I'll click here. This is the answer key, and I'll enter here points for that question. So this is a 2-point question. If you want, it is a 5 points. You can enter here 5 points or here. So here you can enter the points for the question, and it will be automatically calculated. And then you can have another question and keep on adding the answer key for that. Suppose I'll just simply show you. So shortcut to paste is, so you can have here first option is Control plus F, and the next is Control plus V. So you want to enter the answer key, so you can add here the points. Suppose I want to give 5 points to this, and then you want to enter the answer key, so I'll just click here. So this is the way we add the answer key. And now I'll show you how these scores are computed. Once it is done, you just click here, and then you can, once your survey or your assignment is over, you can simply go in the responses, and you can click here now not accepting the responses. If you click here, it is accepting your responses, and you can see here the graphs who all have answered. And you can download these graphs. You can see what are questions, who has given the answer, and then you can see the individual also who has answered what. Keep on clicking on this. And if you open the Google form in Google Chrome, you will be able to download these summaries in the form of a graphical form as well. You can download these responses. And now you have to view these in sheets. You will simply click here and download the responses in the sheet. It will ask, or you can click here on select response destination. It will ask you to create a new spreadsheet or existing spreadsheet. If you are doing it for the first time, you will click on create a new spreadsheet. If you have created and doing it again, you can select the existing spreadsheet. So it will override the responses on the spreadsheet. So I'll show you how it looks like. So suppose it was this form, and this is my spreadsheet. It looks like this, and it tells you who all have answered what, and it tells you the score as well. See here, it is telling you the score. So this is the sheet of yours only. You people have attempted this quiz, and it will tell you at what time and what date the user has answered, right? So I'll be quickly telling you about the few other questions which can be added. Like here I have added how do you rate the product, or I have taken linear scale, and I have taken the scale from 1 to 5. Then I have taken the class, and I have taken the question type as drop down, and in DOB I have taken in the date. So I'll just quickly show you how it looks like. So like how do you rate this product? So it is like this. How do you rate the want to choose the class? So you can choose it from drop down. It will not be coming in a multiple choice question. Like you can just simply click here on drop down and then select it. And on DOB you can write here the month, the date, and then click on submit. Okay. Let's move on how you can share this form. This simple way is to just simply click on send. You can send the form via email. You can send it in the form of a link, and you can send it in the form of a embed HTML source as well. Suppose you are embedding this form in some HTML file or in some other application, so you can embed the HTML code with taking from here, and then you can do it. So this is the way. Simple is to send it via mail and through link. And so you can do that. Next is you want to add the collaborators to the form. You want somebody else also can give the input. So you can click on add collaborators and you can share the form with whomsoever you want to share. So you can simply invite the people here, and then you can click here. The user can edit or you can modify it, you can change it that they can view only. So, and then you can add a message as well with whom you are sharing this form. So this is the way you can do multiple things with Google Forms. So let's come back that we have learned how to create Google Forms. Today just I'll be simply revising. We created the Google Form from our Gmail ID, and then we went to new and clicked on new use Google Form, and we added a form and we did the title, and then we entered the description, and then we talked about a lot of the questions which we can add. Now the turn comes of the task list. That's very important. All of you have to do is creating a quiz on any topic related to your subject, and add different type of questions which I talked about in the form, and you can add your own innovations as well. Extra incentives will be there who will be adding the innovations. And then grade the questions, share the form with the help of a link and or a QR code. It's up to you. Then after making the project, explain your project with the screen recorder on with your face visible while explaining the project, and you can use the Screencast-O-Matic app for that, or you can use Office Mix as well, and send it to me on my official ID, right? And I hope the moment I am switching off the talk, within some time Radha and Gurpreet, they are sending me the form, or they must be making it besides as well. And I want the other users also to spur up and make the form and send me quickly. I am waiting for your submissions as well. So till then, goodbye and good luck. And yes, exciting gifts are waiting for the winners, and I'm very thankful for you to taking out your valuable time on this Saturdays. It's a holiday today. I understand that you have to spend this time of yours with your families. I am really thanking you to spending the time with me. So thank you so much for joining with me with this talk. And we'll be having our next talk on 4th Saturday, as we are increasing the frequency of the talks. We'll be having it on 2nd Saturday as well as 4th Saturday, so that we can cover most of the topics, and you can use these innovative technologies in your class with your pedagogy to make your pedagogy more strong in related to the ICT with the 21st century skills, so that your children can be equipped with that. So till then, goodbye and thank you. Thank you once again.